Hi everyone, and welcome to the first bonus episode of High Scores, High Stakes, the podcast that calls a bluff incorrectly and ends up picking up six. I'm your host, Mr. Luvva Luvva, and with me this week is Tomahawk, as always, and this new fella here, this guy. What's your name, mate?
To your right. So I am CeeeRan.
CeeeRan.
Yes, you just have to call me it, right? Self-inflicted nickname, you just have to go for it.
Right, so apparently we have to call him CeeeRan.
CeeeRan. It slips out.
So I know what nobody is thinking right now. Where is Cardinal and where is Sherry? They're not here. Can't make it. Can't make it, won't make it. You decide.
Sherry, I imagine, is wallowing in a pit of despair. And Cardinal, I'm going to suspect, is on the Eurovision World Tour, parading the cup.
He's got the open top bus flying through the streets of Liverpool, parading the High Scores, High Stakes Cup like he ain't no thing, listening to some dreadful European Europop. That's what he does. It's what he is. It's what he is. But yeah, they can't make it this week for obvious reasons. Can't make it, won't make it. So this is the first of our pre-season friendlies. Basically what this episode is CeeeRan has decided he wants to call myself and Tomahawk out in a game of his choice. We won't get straight into that game just yet, but that's exactly what we've done. So this week we've been playing a game with CeeeRan, and he wanted to call us out. So tell us, CeeeRan.
Well, I called out Sherry as well. You know, I also called it Cardinal. I thought you come into a prisoner, you pick the biggest guy. That's Cardinal. You know, and he's too busy ducking. He's too busy over in wherever watching Eurovision, watching Will Ferrell do his thing. Like, so he can stick to that. So I was like, oh, you know what, Sherry, get some redemption, get some experience for the next season. No, where is he?
I think if anyone could have used a bit more experience in the off season, it's definitely Sherry.
That's what I was trying to help him. You know?
I mean, if it wasn't for my insanity and generosity in giving one kill equals 1 point, Sherry wouldn't have even ended up in double figures. He's got a lot to learn, that man. A lot to learn.
Yeah. So rather than pick on the toughest man or, give a boost to the weakest man, you've ended up with the middlemen, essentially.
Yeah. Yep.
I love middlemen.
The also rounds. Yes. Disgusting. Podium finish. That's what it was. So we missed last week, so there's been a gap. So I'm pretty sure people have probably forgotten what High Scores, High Stakes is. It's really, really simple.
I've already forgotten.
Wow, it's rude.
Yeah. Take a week off.
Luvva's going to explain. Luvva's going to tell us exactly what High Scores, High Stakes is.
And what High Scores, High Stakes is usually four friends challenging each other in a new game every week, and we're competing in a league table. So the winner gets 3 points, second place gets 2 points, third place gets 1 point, and fourth place gets 0 points. This week's a wee bit different because we're in the off season. The league wrapped up in our last episode. So this week is just, we did throw the gauntlet out. If you want to challenge any of us to a game, go on ahead. We're open for all comers and all games. CeeeRan's called us out, so he has. But before we get into the game that CeeeRan wants to challenge us in, let's go straight into Tomahawk. What have you been playing this week, mate?
So, because I don't have a PS5 yet, I am currently going through I'm going through my backlog of replaying Jedi Fallen Order. Quality game, absolutely. Like, it still holds up. It still looks absolutely beautiful. Mm-hmm. The only thing I don't like is how Cal Kestis runs. I feel as if EA just went, I don't know how human runs. Let's just make it up. It looks horrific.
He's like very horizontal, isn't he? Just kind of like proper drops the body.
It's like he's constantly doing, when you do that half walk, half run thing with your arms.
Okay, yeah.
Constantly does, yeah.
It does.
Just gives me the ick.
He does actually. I've actually never noticed that before about that game. He does run weird, especially when he's wall running. Because when he wall runs, his body will curve around like this. He's like, run! Look at me, man! I'm running like a wall.
And we were talking about it just before the start of record there as well. I find as well that they give you the option to double edged lightsaber as well, which I feel as if is purely a gimmick, because I don't feel as if the combat is built for it essentially as well. So I've now just reverted to having the single blade and just working through all the combos and working through all the move sets that way. Far more fun.
Okay. What about you, CeeeRan? What have you been playing with?
Well, I'm very fortunate enough that I do have a PS5, so I've been playing the sequel of Jedi Fallen Order, and as Tom, you'll find out soon, it's pretty great. It's pretty good. What you were saying though about the double lightsaber is, when I played the first one, that was the first thing I'd done was Dathomir. Straight, I ran. I didn't fight anyone. I looked up on YouTube how to get there because I wanted to use it naturally. I was like, double lightsaber, give me that. In this game, it's given to you a lot easier, and this game's definitely made more for the different techniques. There's like a few other stances. I won't spoil anything, but there's a few other new stances in the game, and they make it so that the double lightsaber is more for if you have a group of people around you, enemies. That's what that's for. But if you're fighting a boss or anything, you're better with the single lightsaber.
Okay.
So I think it might have been an afterthought in the last game because obviously it was just a double lightsaber with a normal lightsaber, but this one they've put in a few more. So I think maybe I think you might enjoy it a lot more in the next one.
Nice. No, I did see the option for multiple stances, and it's detachable double lightsabers, which looks excellent as well.
That's awesome. That's what I use mostly.
Full character customization. I feel as if this one is well worth the, did you say 120 gig install?
Yeah.
Thereabouts anyway.
It's hefty.
That's nasty.
And updates every other day too.
That's nasty. So, CeeeRan, when you say there's stances, is it like Ghost of Tsushima?
They are different, like, and they are better suited for some things, like. But I think you can kind of get away with anything. Whereas Ghost of Tsushima, you're more leaned towards using certain ones for certain enemies. This one you can kind of. I always use the double lightsabers because you can only pick two when you're at the meditation points. So I just had the same two. There was one I just didn't like. I couldn't use it. I was constantly down with it. But I just found double lightsaber and then the two. That was the two I was going between. And it's so smooth. You can switch in the middle of a battle, like
Cool.
It's awesome.
Sounds excellent. It looks excellent as well. I try and avoid as many spoilers or as many like contextual stuff as I can. But everything I do see, it just looks fantastic. I had to ask as well though, are the animals, are they completely overpowered as in the first one? I feel as because me and Cardinal had this big beef with the game the first time around, is that all of the creatures are more powerful than every other enemy in the game.
They are rough. Like they come from everywhere too. Like, and there's just some that are just there's attacks that are just coming at you, and you're like, I can't avoid that. That's impossible.
Yeah.
He grabs you, but it leads to some really great sequences. Like it's great. See, the one thing though I really like about it, and I haven't liked it about a game in a while, is the trophies. There's some really fun trophies. Like it's just you do something, you get the trophy, and it's like a wee pun or something, and you're like, that's brilliant. There's so many that make me laugh. I'll try not to spoil any. I don't know about spoilers, like, but it's more fun to do them and get the trophy, like, but it's great. There's a few great ones.
Nice one.
It sounds pretty cool. What's the performance like on PlayStation 5? Are you playing it on PlayStation 5?
I am, yeah.
What's the performance like?
You get an option right away if you want to do performance mode or quality, and I heard everything, so I was like, quality. Or no, sorry. Went the wrong way. give me them bugs.
Give me those stutters now.
I want them. I want to be able to count my frames. So yeah, I did that. There was one of my friend's girlfriend it's unplayable for her. Like, she just keeps sending clips of her falling through the map and stuff. She has a PS5. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Oh, no way.
I had next to no issues. I had a few glitches that were solved by meditating. Like some stuff would work. I go back, meditate, it works. Like, nothing. Didn't have to turn the game off and on or anything. So I was lucky. I was very lucky.
Handy then.
Sounds excellent.
Okay, cool. So I'll keep an eye for that. So once I.
What about you, Luvva? Then what have you been playing, my friend?
I have been playing Returnal on the PlayStation 5. Actually,
joys.
it's on Plus, so I downloaded that. It's it's really hard. It is difficult, but I knew it going in. So it's basically Housemarque. The guys that made they made loads of games. Resogun on the PlayStation 4, if you remember that. It's an arcade 2D thing. So Returnal is a 3D arcade shooter roguelike. So effectively you have to beat the game in one life, basically.
It's hateful.
And once you die, you lose all your money and you lose your skills and stuff. But obviously, there's some persistent stuff. So any stat increase you get during a run is persistent. So when you die, you come back with increased health or anything like that. You get gear. So right now, I'm still in the first well, they want to call it biomes, but I'm calling them levels. Like I'm on the first level, so I am. It takes about it's took me 5.5 hours to get from the ship to the first boss. So it hasn't.
Okay.
I've got there once, and got to the final phase and was pretty close to beating it, but it just sort of went into that panic mode bosses go into and just flail
Yeah.
wildly, and then killed me. But no, it's absolutely it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It is a really 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 good game. It's do you know the story of it at all?
Not really. I remember it was like the kind of flagship game
Yeah.
in the initial PS5 announcement, and that's about the height of it, really.
Yeah, it was. I think it was the first game that come out in the PlayStation 5. It was purpose built for the PlayStation 5. It doesn't have like a last gen version or anything. So basically, story is you are an intergalactic ranger. So you just go out and profile planets. You look for like natural resources and threats and stuff. But when you go to you're flying past a planet and you hear like your ship picks up a distress signal. So you go to land to see who's in distress. Your ship gets into difficulties and then it ends up crash landing this planet that's uninhabited at first glance. And then you get out and then you instantly you die.
Oh,
And then you
joy.
wake up and it's the crash starting over again. And that's the story. So it's this seemingly uninhabited planet, but there's obviously someone has lived there before. There's structures, there's statues, there's buildings, and there's these creatures that just want to destroy you. And the story is you go and find out what's going on.
So
It's brilliant. It's
What you're
brilliant.
telling me is it's Dead Space meets Groundhog Day.
It the way I've been describing it to people
That's not a Dead
is it is Dead Space meets Metroid.
Okay.
It just reminds me of Metroid. It's a Metroidvania, so you start off with a pistol and that's it. You get about it realistically took me 3.5 hours, but it's about 20 minutes from the start. You pick up like a sword and there's like a grappling hook and there's all sorts. So you get all these items and they are persistent and they increase like your maneuverability and your danger to other creatures. It's fantastic. It's bullet hell in a Metroid skin effectively, and the graphics are just stunning. The performance is perfect, but the audio on it is amazing. It uses that Tempest 3D audio, whatever Sony calls it.
Okay.
But see, when you're wearing headphones, it is amazing.
It's really immersive, yeah.
You can hear where the enemies are coming from. You can hear them below you, above you, to the side of you. You can hear the individual projectiles. So everything shoots at you, but they shoot like big plasma balls. And there's different colors, and you can do certain things at different. It's amazing, but it's as hard as anything I've ever played. Like so, it is. But it's I'm completely
Sounds.
addicted to it.
That actually does sound great, to be fair.
It's
It's quite
brilliant.
good for you not to be playing some sort of Sega classic based game for a change,
Capcom
actually. So
game. But yeah, no, Returnal has got its hooks in me completely. I think I've put like
amazing.
7 or 8 hours into it. Every time I get like a spare half an hour, because that's what each run takes, half an hour. I'm like, oh, I'll stick on Returnal because it loads instantly.
Nice.
Once you die, it's just instant, and it's brilliant.
Oh no, like no load screens, that nothing like that.
Well, there's a couple, but every time you die, it goes back to the crash, but you don't have to watch it.
Oh,
So
okay.
you don't have to watch it. And then every time you go into a new cycle, it's kind of like PT. Every time you go into a new cycle, things will change. So the levels are procedurally generated effectively. So there's like 13 or 14 rooms, but
Right.
every time you respawn, those rooms change order and they're random.
Sounds
And
like
the
a
enemies
headache.
that appear inside each room is random. So you can go onto a run where you'll meet no sub bosses, and then the next run, the first room has 2 sub bosses in it.
Dear, dear.
It's
Is it all
brilliant.
RNG or
It's-
is it all luck?
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, this is a really good run. I'm fucking. I'm
Yeah,
nailing it.
it's just like any other roguelike. It is just pure luck.
Yeah.
So it is, but it's brilliant. The systems in it are just brilliant. It's just
It sounds like they've taken like the Alien Isolation like AI kind of format there and kind of give it a no predetermined like effort from the CPU. It just is like it's naturally eliminating like things that you're not doing basically to hunt you down and change the game.
Yeah, it's kind of it's like give me an example.
It
of a
sounds
rogue.
like Bent and Amazing.
There's so many. Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
yes,
any
the
it's like any roguelike. It's like Binding of Isaac. All those what do you call the one Rogue Legacy and stuff where there's set things, but everything else is just randomized, just to give it like limitless replayability.
It keeps it fresh. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's brilliant. It works perfectly. It's stunning. If you have a PlayStation 5, it's free on Plus. So give it a download and try it. If you don't like it, fair enough.
I cost you nothing. Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have tried it, to be fair, if it wasn't for Plus.
It's good. It's easy to pick up. You put it down, pick up.
It's really good.
30 minutes. Yeah, it's perfect.
It's really good. I think my longest run's about 55 minutes, and that was when I got to the boss with. So it was. But by the time the boss came around, it's like I'm not going to beat it because my health was pretty low. But it's good. It rewards repeat play. It's good. It's very good. But shall we get to the game that CeeeRan has picked for us today? Get to that?
Yeah, let's do it, yes.
Well, let's go straight there. Okay, so the challenge game this week was picked by our challenger, CeeeRan, and he's, as he said there, he's picked Uno. So just before we start the video, we didn't realise that Uno requires 4 players per hand. So because there's only 3 of us, they have gladly and kindly provided us with an AI character, Chomper. And there was definitely no rude jokes about that name at all during these hands. So basically what Uno is the American, I'm presuming, version of Jack Change It. Basically, every player gets a hand of 7 cards. The 7 cards are different colours and have different numbers on. And your job is to come up with a strategy to get rid of your 7 cards before anyone else gets rid of their 7 cards. So the rules are simple. If there's a red card in the middle, you can only put down a red card. Or if it has a red card with a number, you can put down that number of a different colour. And you have to come up with a strategy to get rid of your 7 cards before everyone else does. It's really, really simple until you consider the special cards. So you can get cards that make the person whose turn is next to pick up 2, to pick up 4. And apparently in this version, there's also bluffs, and you can challenge any decision that any other player makes if you think they're lying. If you get it right, they have to pick up the number that's on the card on the table plus 2, and if you get it wrong, then that's your fate. So it's really, really simple, but what?
It gets intense. Yeah.
It does. So we've all played Uno before, I'm presuming. Yes.
No, that's it. Yes, it's very much one variation over the other is very much a household staple, at least anyway.
Yeah, it's a game I've played before in the past, but not in a very, very, very long time. Not since the early 360 days have I played Uno. It's not a game that I would regularly consider playing, nor is it a game in my regular rotation. But I'm presuming it's in CeeeRan's rotation. He loves it. Go ahead, CeeeRan.
I'm in the pro leagues on this thing, so I go on the regionals, nationals, whatever's above nationals, worlds, universes.
Galactic, yeah. The Galactic Championships. Yeah.
I go way up. All I can think about is the cards, I'm just thinking of my next moves, what I want to do, when I get home to play Uno, so.
This is why CeeeRan can't hold down a job, can't hold down a partner. It's always thinking about the next Uno card.
How can I reverse this?
I make all the money from Uno, and unfortunately there's no money in Uno. It's not a supported esport yet. Until now, I've increased the player base from about 10 till 12, because of course you guys are going to be playing from now on. Yeah?
I mean, yeah, my dream, I didn't even know what my purpose was in life until we played Uno, and now I know my purpose is Uno. Yeah, and
it's not uncommon.
I'm here to take a crown, effectively. Yeah. So I am, I hear that the last 3 Galactics, the Venetians have won it. Well, I'm going to put Venus back where it belongs.
We'll not talk about those. There's a bit of scandal behind that. The sports stinks. But here I am just showing it off, you know. Just
You're
there we go.
bringing
It's easy win.
credibility back to the
Yeah.
sport of Uno. Yeah.
And there we go.
Little by little from the grassroots. You know.
I mean that's it. I mean that's the first game of 3 there, and CeeeRan has took the W there. His class has shown there. You know, I don't know about you, Tomahawk. I still had 4 cards left, more than 50% of what you start with.
Well, I had 5 or 6 cards at least. Anyway, I was a bit overzealous with the challenge. With the challenge throwdowns there as well, which didn't go my way, but that's the rules, kid.
Yeah, see, a little part of me is thinking, like, I purposely didn't challenge the AI at all, and that's simply because I grew up in the era of the Sega Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo, and specifically the 2D fighting craze of the early 90s, and I know that the computers back then read your inputs and knew what you were doing. Effectively, the computer cheated you constantly. And am I heck challenging an AI decision because I know that computer is going to cheat me and it's going to always cost me cards. However, I will challenge you and I will challenge CeeeRan because you're human beings and you have absolutely no pull in the game's code. So here's the real question here, right? I didn't challenge too much in these games. CeeeRan,
Yes.
did you tell little porky pies? Did you bluff some of your decisions in these games? That's the real question.
I don't really see them as bluffs. I see them as misconstrued truths.
Ooh.
You know, that's what we call it in the game. You know,
Mm.
I learned that from the Martians when playing back there. You know, 2009 Worlds.
Mm.
But
The chances the chance of anything coming from Mars was 1,000,000 to 1. They said, or should I
Yeah.
say, 1,000,000 to 1.
Yeah.
And there's CeeeRan
Oh.
challenging and missing
And
out,
losing.
basically, you
And
know.
listen, he says, Luvva, I don't believe you have a blue in your hand. I did.
I just thought you were a wee bit on the silly side. You know, a silly Billy even. You know,
I mean,
some tomfoolery.
there
And I
was
wrong.
a few times where I told a little bit of a misconstrued truth. But yeah, there is a part coming up here where I get lumbered with a card for about 8, 9 turns.
It
I
was
can't get rid of it.
what felt like an eternity, to be fair. Yeah.
but right now, I'm here. I've learned. I've seen. I've won. So after 2 games, CeeeRan's 1-1. I've won 1. Tomahawk.
0.
It's just here for the ride, to be fair.
I mean, as what we saw in the main season, he liked picking up the W's or the L's, shall I say? He didn't like the
Start
W's
strong.
tall.
Start strong, tail off. That's all. That's all you need to do.
You better hope these preseason friendlies that a new tail begins because the tail off has been.
Always substantial. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
So it has. So this is it. This is our 3rd game. See, when CeeeRan said, "I want to play Uno," I had visions of every hand lasting like 20 minutes or something. But in fairness to the game,
It's quick.
it gives you 10 seconds to make every decision, and it keeps it really quick. And there's times where you wish there was a bit more time so you can properly strategize, but I can see why they've done it. They want to keep it snappy, and it's an online game, you know?
On the other side of that same coin, when he did say that Uno was the game of choice, I think a collective sigh was wrung out as well. But I think it was only after the first practice game we were like, "Oh, we could be onto a winner here. This is actually a good bit of fun."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really took us by surprise. Actually, as we were playing this, I thought to myself, you know, he could have picked Rocket League. We know you're proficient in FIFA as well. He could have picked something that might have been a bit high octane, as Cardinal would like to put it. But no, this is nice, chilled out. It's give a bit of a different edge.
Yeah, that's what you need. Listen, I don't know a lot of things. And not a lot of things, like, and when I say not a lot of things, you know. One's Uno, and the other thing is fun. And I know Uno's fun. And that's why I picked it. I was actually surprised you thought that it was going to be great. I knew exactly how fun this would be. It's a great game.
I mean,
A lot of fun.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I had a lot of fun playing this, but just there, I went against my own rule of never challenging the AI. Challenged the AI and ended up having pick up 6. So now I've got 8 cards. CeeeRan's got 4. Tomahawk's got 4. I'm losing badly here. double the cards. So now a little bit of tactics is going to have to come into this. I'm going to have to start playing a wee bit dirty.
Trying to put the 5 down.
I did it by
That was an
accident.
interesting technique, so
Wrong number, wrong color. Why not? See if the game allows it.
It's looking good for me. That's what it is.
Yeah, yep.
I feel
it is.
pretty comfortable. Is that a skip too?
It's
For
a wee
Chomper.
Yes, I
skip.
played a skip out for
Oh.
Chomper. I figured we don't need the AI at this point.
Oh,
Oh.
this was that was the
Oof.
Yep, I tried to play CeeeRan dirty there, put down a +2, and then he had a wee +2, which means Tom had to pick up 4. Absolute devastating there, so it is. So right now I'm sitting with
there's
8
a
cards. Tom's with 7. And CeeeRan's called Uno, which means he's on his last card. Unfortunately
It
for
was
him.
quite good with that as well, because we realized that we had to actually call Uno. There was the prompt on screen for it. Otherwise,
yeah.
you get penalized. You get called out for not calling Uno as well, and then that's just more cards to pick up as well, which was
Yeah, it's brutal. There's a couple of occasions in a couple of these games where I hit square to call Uno, but it wouldn't call because of some arbitrary timer that you don't see. I got hammered with a pickup 2. So if you don't call Uno, which means you're on your last card, if someone calls you on it, you have to pick up 2. So right now I've just hit CeeeRan with a pickup 4. So currently he's on 4 cards. Tomahawk's on 4 cards. I'm on 6 cards. And the AI is also on 4 cards. But no one cares about that guy. This is a close game, this one. I think this one's is probably the longest game we had. The longest hand. Mm-hmm.
Tom's hungry for his win.
There was a lot of underhanded tactics here. It would be a real shame if Tomahawk wins this one, because then it's 1-1-1, which means it's a draw. And
we've solved nothing. Yeah.
in a high scores, high stakes, we don't do draws. Okay, we don't do it. There's overtime. That's what happens. And by this
good
stage,
for Tom? Oh, it's not looking good for you. Oh no, it's not looking good for Chomper.
oh, Chomper's in big trouble here. He has to pick up 4 there.
I remember
That's
hoping Chomper
double
had something there.
digits.
That'd been brilliant.
Absolute devastation for Chomper. So it is. But yeah, I mean, this you can see the underhanded tactics coming out left and right. There's more special cards being played in this hand than there has been in the previous 2 combined.
Yeah.
And it
No
is
friends
just
in this sport. No friends.
absolutely not. So
Just
right
cards.
now I have 4 cards, but I'm in a pretty good spot because 2
Yeah,
are blue,
right.
2 are red. So there, I don't know what Tom has, and I don't know what CeeeRan has either.
Did I challenge?
Oh, I remember this now because it took me a while to figure out, do I bluff or do I go with the
Oh,
cards?
that's
Yes.
what
And I'm
got.
pretty sure no,
Yes.
the CeeeRan
That's what
challenges, yeah.
You took so long, you overthought it to not bluff. That's what
Yeah.
the bluff was. That.
So CeeeRan has called the bluff there, and now I'm looking really, really,
Really good for us.
really good. I'm down to 2 cards, 1 blue, 1 red. Tomahawk's got 3 cards.
Oh, we skipped.
CeeeRan has got 8.
I'm fighting though. I'm fighting.
But he's hit me with a wee skip there. So he has. He's not letting me win this. He's worried about his universal Uno belt. He's scared of losing it. That's what it is.
Got a reputation to keep.
His Uno life is flashing before his eyes.
Now that I'm seeing the feedback from Luvva's side, I'm starting to see all the moves I should never have ever made here, but
I mean,
that's what they say, hindsight's 2020, isn't it?
That's
mean-
a perfect card to draw.
this is what happens when you accidentally meet an Uno champion. You know, you see the thought processes. You see that I don't think one move ahead, nor 2. I'm about 5 moves ahead.
Oh, 5?
At least.
It
At
takes people
least.
years to get there. It takes people years.
It took me about half an hour of playing this here version. It was excellent. So
two
And then
practice rounds just got.
I'm hit with the hit pickup too because, as everyone knows, you can't finish on a power up card essentially.
yeah, yep. And right now, this is my 3rd turn in a hand. I've called Uno. That blue 7 hasn't moved. So it hasn't. So right now, I'm on 1 card. CeeeRan's on 7, and Tomahawk's on 2. And we're looking at a yellow 0. I've got a blue 7. It's no good. It's
We
no
didn't
good.
know what you had either. We were.
No.
I couldn't work it in at
No.
all because you had everything at the one point.
in the chat that we had going on, we were playing this. I was misdirecting like left, right, and center, just trying to keep you two guessing at what card I could have possibly had. I think at the stage I was like, oh yeah, this is not the same card. It's just every time I just get bad luck. Oh.
This is anyone's game. Oh, actually, no. Chopper took himself out.
It is. Right now, I'm on 2 cards. Tomahawk's on 2 cards. And CeeeRan's, he's pulled it back down. He's got 6. But I have no move. And the blues...
That's great. That's...
Suits me.
Puts you in a good spot now, yeah.
It suits me. So the sit has been changed to blue. And I've got 2 blues, 1 reverse card and 1 7. So...
and I keep it
But here's CeeeRan going, no, you're not getting another go at this. This is my game.
I'm fighting.
I'm the universal champ. I'm going to the Galaxy Finals in the 3rd moon of Uranus.
Uranus. I know it's still the 7, yeah.
I know. I couldn't get rid of this blue 7. It was breaking my heart. It was tearing me apart. Oh, hi, Mark.
I did not hit her.
I did
I
not.
did not call Uno. I did not.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Chomper.
Unreal. This is just going.
Oh my god! Like you've sent out so many blues as well.
I know. I don't know what I can do here. I just don't know. I mean, I need to get rid of this 7. This blue 7 is breaking my heart. And look what's going to happen. Here we go. Now I'm down to like my 7th in a row call of this hand. A yellow 3, and it's a red 3 right now. If CeeeRan puts down a card, and he does. Look how close that was to another total victory.
That's not
And what's he going to do?
good. That's exactly what you needed.
That's exactly it. Beautiful. Give me yellow.
I feel as if this is the end game right now.
Give me yellow or give me death. That's what I screamed into the microphone.
I have to change it. What am I going to do? I'm going to have to change it.
Is CeeeRan? No, he's picking a card.
No.
Oh no, that's set up perfectly.
And this is it.
I think it makes it more heartbreaking is the fact that he takes so long to put the card down, or that we're watching his winning hand from his perspective
he's giving a
as
speech.
well.
He's giving a speech at that point. That's what he was doing.
I mean, yep. I was.
There was a bit of a sweeping declaration, I do remember, yes.
I just want to, first of all, I want to thank Hasbro for everything they've done, for making this fine game. I want to thank my mum, and I want to thank my dad. You know, without them, none of this would have been possible. I also want to thank God. Okay? God, in the 7th book of the Old Testament, said, let there be Uno. And there was. So...
Sadly, he didn't have anyone to play with him, but, you know, he had Uno at least.
Yeah. That's why he made Adam and Eve. But he didn't realise you needed 4 players for a hand of Uno.
Know what? I'm very happy for you, Luvva, but I would like VAR to come out. Is it possible? Is it possible to get that? Tom?
No.
Tom?
Not on this podcast, no.
No. Sorry, can you take it back to 1457, please?
Oh, yes, actually, that's
What is this? Hold on, I've left the activity. Hold on, what is this?
Are you able to slow it down anyway? Playback?
I can play it in normal time.
That's not what I asked, but yeah, we'll go for that. Can you hit play?
We'll play 5 seconds before.
Yeah, that works.
We'll let the scene run out here.
Yeah.
1452 onwards.
Yeah, let's go.
Time? Yeah, so he plays the yellow, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're seeing this.
Yeah.
What's this game called? Sorry.
Uno?
Uno?
Why did you call it? Love it. You did not call Uno. I'm sorry. Is this how you win?
My
I didn't even notice that. But wonder what? More for you. No one challenged it.
That's
now okay. Actually, funny you should say that. I do remember Luvva not calling Uno,
yeah.
Yep.
but
We've seen it too.
the game also didn't prompt me to challenge. So I may be thinking, is it only the person next to him?
It's the
In turn, can call that out.
I don't know. The honest answer is it doesn't even matter, gentlemen. The end result is the end result. You're just coming up here. you've come here today, CeeeRan. Let's be honest here, okay?
I came here for a fair game. That's what I came for.
You came here for a game of Uno, and that's exactly what you've got. But so now you've got to take your licks. You got to take your defeats. You got to learn from them. You can learn a lot from that game.
Yeah.
I recommend that you save that YouTube link and you study a true master. I've perfected the art form that is Uno. And you've been playing it for longer than me. You've got a lot to learn. You're young. You've got time on your side. Don't panic. Don't panic. I'm a quick learner. Do you think a man of my stature, skill, grace, speed, talent needs time to learn things? Of course not. Of course not. But you come here and you try to say, you didn't call Uno, therefore this is null and void. How dare you, sir? But anyway, we haven't even given the final results. People are listening to this going, what is going on? Here's the final results.
Everyone loves chaos. It's chaos.
In our best of 3 of Uno, Tomahawk has walked away with another L. I don't know what to say anymore. I mean, I'm starting to think, CeeeRan, are you available every week to play a game, compete in challenges and the league?
In a fair league. Yeah.
I mean, I mean, I can't promise that, but there is a league. I mean, Tom's wants to vacate his position in the league. I think he's like his beloved Everton. He's had enough of the top flight and wants to leave. He wants to go to
anymore.
he wants to go to low scores, low stakes. Our alternate reality podcast.
I'll take Sherry with me and hit the road. Then that's fine. Me and Sherry can battle it out for L's.
What podcast? A rival podcast. It gets more viewers than this one. But yes, so Tomahawk in those best of 3 got 0 wins, 0 rounds won. CeeeRan got the 1 win, which means, like every other week in this podcast, I'm carrying my colleagues, and I pick up the W with a big 2 wins. Hard fought, I'm not going to lie, hard fought win. First of all, I thank God, I thank Mum, I thank Dad and stuff, but I also want to thank the other people in that lobby that really put up a good fight, made me really work for the victory. AI Chopper, GBNF, I'll never forget you. But yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? I mean,
Of course. Very good, now.
I mean, I feel like
it was a different approach to competitive card playing, but there we are.
it was a lot more relaxed, and there was a lot less nerves flying around. I get tense, but when that blue 7 just wouldn't go away, I was like, come on. It was a whole different sort of stress than trying not to die in The Last of Us on grounded difficulty, for example.
There's pretty low stakes for this segment in the podcast, definitely.
Yeah, but
it's all in good practice for next season. This is the best way to look at it.
And that is it. That is it. CeeeRan, you've come here. You've challenged. In your words, you've challenged the big dog, and you've come off second best here. Literally second best. Tom's third best. Or last. Whatever one fits.
Whatever way you want to work out. Yeah.
I'm in the middle.
How does that feel? I must feel. I'm not gonna lie. I must feel terrible.
I don't like to look at the negatives. I've been for a lot in my life. Downfalls. But I've came in here short notice, and I've stomped the best this league has to offer. I've had 2 people ducking from me. The 2 people that would accept the challenge, they're here. But so I feel like I've got something. I've got something to prove now. I've got something to work towards. So I look forward to my return when we play Snap. I can't wait for that. So I hope he's practicing for that.
Snakes and Ladders DLC and everything.
Yeah.
The Hasbro family pack is going to be lit, boys. It's going to be Monopoly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, quality.
I have got Monopoly.
Do I, actually?
There might be a board game collection on PS Plus. I'm pretty sure Monopoly's there. The Hasbro family collection, I'm pretty sure it's there. So is there anything... Actually, Tomahawk, now I know you've alluded to how you're feeling. CeeeRan's new to the podcast. He'll take his... I can tell he's got that glint in his eye, that cheeky little look in his face. He's learnt a lot. He's grown as a person as a result of coming up against Luvva. I mean, seldom do people beat Luvva, let's be honest here. But like, Tomahawk, you've been getting battered week in, week out for the best part of 3 months here. You know, what's your mindset? You know, this is a pre-season friendly. This doesn't count in the grand scheme of things for the podcast.
Well, pre-season friendly is right. It's a humbling experience is what it is. I mean, CeeeRan's come in, he's laid the gauntlet, laid the challenge. He's come off with one of three, we'll to say the least. It is what it's character building. I'll be coming back the next challenge, a bit more confidence, maybe a game plan this time. maybe.
Yeah, it's hard to have a game plan for let's be honest. And you just sort of look at your cards, and go, okay, this is what I want to do, and then the next move, someone puts down a red, and you're like, come on here, come on, this is no good for me. This is no good for me at all. But you can't say that, of course, because you don't want everyone else to know what you have. Face. You have to have a poker face, ironically, an Uno.
An Uno face.
An Uno face. So, I think we have whipped this Uno donkey to death. I don't think there's much more we can say about it. So shall we go to le final segment?
Yeah, go for it.
Oui.
And that was that. The first ever pre-season friendly of High Scores, High Stakes is wrapped up. So it is. So what do you do now? Your life has lost a little bit of meaning, a little bit of direction. You need more content from the High Scores, High Stakes podcast. Where can you get that? Really simple. On all the socials. You can find the podcast on Instagram, where we do fun memes, where we do little puzzles and little clues to what the next episode is going to be, what the challenge is going to be, what the game is going to be, and all that good stuff on Instagram. You can find us there. It is at High Scores, High Stakes podcast on Insta. You can find the podcast on Twitter. There we do much the same stuff, only we also do This Day on PlayStation, where we pick a random game from the annals of PlayStation history, tell you a little bit about it, and ask for a little bit of interaction. Where can you find us on Twitter? It's at HScores, We're also there individually. I'm at Mr_Luvva_Luvva. Tomahawk is at Tomahawk_HSHS.
Indeed, yes.
Cardinal Smith is at Cardinal_Smith_. And Mr. John Sherry is at Mr. John Sherry. You can also find the podcast on anchor.fm/High Scores, High Stakes. There you can find polls, you can find Q&As, you can also leave us a voice message. If you leave us a voice message, you can ask us any question you want, be it video game related or not. If we get enough of them, we'll do a special episode where we will answer your questions. So if you want to know something about any one of us, except CeeeRan, he has his own stuff, so he does. So CeeeRan, tell us. Where can we find you on the socials, mate?
You're mainly going to find me on Twitter. So that's going to be at CeeeRan, CeeERAAN. It sounds simpler when you say it, but, you know.
It's a lot of unnecessary vowels. Yeah. It's like
C-double-E was taken. Had to add me.
Oh, yeah, obviously, because, C-double-E was taken, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
I don't want them underscores.
It's like the worst round of Countdown ever played. So Twitter at CeeERAAN.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Beautiful. We'll find them there. That is CeeeRan. I'm not too sure the pronunciation's right for the spelling, but here, if that's what he says it is, that's what it is. Which means that what next for the podcast? So we're going to be doing more pre-season friendlies. It's not always going to be this format. Next week's is definitely not going to be this format. Am I right in saying, Tomahawk?
Don't think so, no.
It's going to be something slightly different. But as always, we'll be back every Monday with a new episode and new content for you to enjoy. So until Monday, I've been Mr. Luvva Luvva, and this has been High Scores, High Stakes. Love you all. Bye.
Arrivederci.
So say that again.
I'll have
Twitter.
Constant.
A vowel, please.
At CeeeE.
Vowel.
What Tomahawk said, and he can put it just right there, perfectly. Then there's gonna be fireworks going off behind it. A bit of fire up here.
Let's not oversell this. You'll get a graphic, and that's it.
And I'm gonna be CGI for the whole episode. So You enjoy it, Tom. That's his weekend booked up.
Listen, he comes onto our podcast. He demands the world. I don't know if I'll have him back at this rate.
That's madness. That is madness.